The doctor turned back to her computer. All indications are that it'll be destroyed in the process. Dr. Salon swiped her finger across the window, revealing a mottled green tube with a flared opening, a rare piece of Hunter technology recovered by Julia's agents. I know I already indicated there would be such losses, but I wanted to make that clear before we use the device. We must all make sacrifices, Julia replied, staring at the image. And you've been nothing but honest about its limitations. But what of the device? A sacrifice without purpose is nothing more than sacrilege. I am confident it will stabilize your genetic structure, ma'am. The doctor smiled brightly. I'm also confident it will happen without any of the telomeric degradation the previous treatments provided, let alone... She shuddered, a euphoric look passing over her face. What's wrong? Nothing. Dr. Salon shook her head. Far from wrong, actually. Her voice was solemn, almost reverent. It just hit me. What we're accomplishing, ma'am. And what is that exactly? Julia was always curious about what the lesser scientists thought when they weren't trying to please her, especially those who lacked the full picture, like Dr. Salon. You'll be the first of a new race, Dr. Salon explained. We're turbocharging the advancement of humanity. Well, you're not just the first of a new race, you'll be doing something that reaches back farther than the dream of going into space. You'll be the first of the true immortals. Yes, Julia replied softly, not bothering to hide her satisfaction in her tone. I will. And from there we can continue on. We can finally unlock our true potential. Just think of what humanity will be able to accomplish. We've defeated death, or at least aging. Individuals can spend lifetimes mastering skills and knowledge. Brilliant minds will never be lost. Dr. Salon dismissed the window with a flick of her wrist. I do have worries about nanocellular reconstruction and its impact on the aging process, so please try to avoid any serious injuries. I can't guarantee it won't restart your aging, despite your already heavily modified body, ma'am. I always endeavor to avoid getting hurt. Julia smiled thinly. She'd had more close calls than she wanted to in recent years, but a woman didn't take over the galaxy without taking risks. Dr. Salon stepped out of the silver circle marking the center of the device and off the platform. Forgive me for saying so. I almost feel like it's not enough. Immortality isn't, Julia chuckled quietly. And some say I'm overly ambitious. Could you elaborate on why immortality isn't enough? She pursed her lips before continuing. I'm genuinely curious. No, not that. Immortality is enough, but what I'm saying, what we're about to do, is more important than anything to date in human history. I am including the first hyperspace portals, in my opinion. Dr. Salon placed a hand on her chest and took a deep breath, tears welling up in her eyes. If we'd had this before, we wouldn't have had to worry about FTL travel. We could make ships that travel for 1,000 years, confident the people inside will live that entire time. I understand, ma'am, why you must keep this secret for now. But I feel like we should have reporters and archivists documenting this moment. It is the turning point for humanity, where we change from being the children to the true adults of the galaxy. Her eyes widened. More than that, there is no indication the other races have this sort of technology. This may make humanity the dominant species in the galaxy. We can become the new navigators or the new hunters. New hunters. Julia rather liked that idea, but it wasn't necessary yet to wipe out the other species. Depending on how they responded to her eventual domination over mankind, they might prove useful subjects. She was patient. Humanity would come first. Julia folded her hands behind her back with a placid smile. Dr. Salon's statement might be true, but humanity didn't know enough about many of the local neighborhood races to be sure of that. Not every species would brag about having the key to eternal life when other heavily armed races were around them.